Hey internet, how's it going? Welcome to another episode of the John Grave Show. One Piece, not One Piece. Food Wars this week was really something. Which, actually, this one was again a standoff of what happened last time, of them finally showing like, okay, this is like the last few minutes of their little banquet, and Soma slowly sort of finds out, man, like that omelets aren't necessarily like as good of a ingredient as like, or at least like making omelets, they're not as wise to do like in a banquet setting, because omelets only last for about so long before they lose their texture, they lose their bounciness, and then they, you know, like over time they get hard and such, and then they shrivel up, which is something that he did have to learn like very difficultly, and also actually because of that, you know, like getting like the entire Soma thing out of the way, like he does tend to, well, it's like he did sort of think back and he did assess the situation, and he does actually sort of beat the clock with only 2 seconds to spare, and does actually, actually beat the clock. However, I will be fair though, is that like, even though like his omelets, they are fucking amazing as hell, it's like the one thing that I did learn, which does pull in a lot of customers, and which that this episode it did actually address, is the whole live cooking thing, and how people, like, if they openly see you like making ingredients in front of their face, they are more inclined to come and order the shit, and they're more inclined to actually want to get the food. So that was a reason, man, why, man, he was actually keeping everybody around, because he was going faster and faster and faster, and pretty much making a show out of it, shocking both Erica and also Alice. But, however, I do have to say something about Erica. I don't really know why, like, she's on this whole bragging kick when actually, like, Soma was doing so good that he was actually stealing customers from her, even though she maxed out at 408 dishes. And the same thing can be said for Alice, who, like, she ran out of ingredients and she served 308. But I will be fair, for Erica's dish, if I had to pay money for that, I would be pissed the fuck off, because man, like fucking, man, like fucking, like eggs and gelatin and egg yolks with fucking spice and a milkshake in a fucking like eggshell. That shit is novelty at best. I'm like, you gotta be a fancy ass bitch to fucking, man, like enjoy that shit. And I'm like, I'm too fucking cheap for that shit. So I'm like, it's fine if it's for free. Like, that's like a waste of an order, but other than that, it's good. But yeah, that shit, it was amazing though. It did really fucking good, and of course, it's something that I really did like, and to pretty much like sum this episode up, it's like Dojima, he went, he summoned everybody who passed, gave them the same old message, and which is also going back to when Alice was trying to do man, like her family staple of bragging about being better. It's like, I think that shit fucks with them when fucking Soma is humble enough to actually admit that he fucked up and that he actually can learn from his mistakes, because I think that's something that fucking bothers them a lot, which is really crazy. But honestly though, it's like the alumni, they serve the surviving students like a fuck ton of food and say, yeah, everybody, you can go ahead and relax, the training camp is over, you fucking survived. And on top of that, they do hint at something else happening in the autumn, and there's a good chance that from what Dojima was saying, like most of the other students, like that they're going to be going up against one another, and it's something that you gotta look at as like, for right now, if you can look at this like in a very school-like setting, it's like when you brought the characters in for the first few episodes, it was to say like, okay, this is what they know. Then the training camp was to sort of imbue some knowledge into them, and now And now you're about to have all the students like bumping heads and sort of like going up against these Shokugekis and shit and so on and so forth. So that is something that I really do like. So please tell me what you think about it down there in the comments section. If you like this video, hit that like button, and I'll catch you guys on the next John Graves show. Please keep watching anime, keep playing video games. I'm out.